Hey George, welcome to the 2010, our first 2010 TV show for FreihofersRun Run for Women. Let's give everybody a little bit of an update on this great field you and John Tope have assembled so far. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes, this is the 32nd year of the FreihofersRun Run for Women, and we have 7 Olympians that are currently slated to compete. We have from 12 countries. I would say the top, the woman with the target on her back has to be Teba Urkeso. She was the winner here last year. She's the winner of the Boston Marathon, she's going to be the woman to beat for sure. But we have Benita Willis back. Prior to last year, Benita won 3 years in a row, and she's always a tenacious competitor. 3-time Olympian from Australia. The other Ethiopians, there's another 4 Ethiopians here, and I think some of your viewers will know them just because they've done so well here in the past. Dyer Toon, for one, was 4th in 2007, and Manitou Dasko was 2nd in 2009.
You've got some great Kenyans too, right in the field. So I mean, the Ethiopians.
Abina Gobina.
Yeah.
So the Ethiopians are big, and the Kenyans. Emily Chebet just won the World Cross Country Championships. She's going to be very difficult to beat. We've got the possibility of Vivian Chariot coming in. She's another Olympian from Kenya. So you could have a real matchup between the 2 distance running powerhouses in the world. I'm very proud of our American field this year. We have Olympian Magdalena Louis Boulet, who ran for us in Sydney, in Beijing at the marathon. We also have a woman by the name of Sarah Slattery. Sarah's an international runner for the U.S. and does very well in events like this. She usually doesn't come out to the roads unless she's in really good shape. Both of those athletes can stay with this field here. There's another athlete that's coming in. Her name is Liz Malloy. She's from Loudonville. She went to Holy Names, and she's been doing very well. I mean, she just ran a great 1,500 meter time and a 5,000 meter time and a mile time. So she's running real hot. And she'll be coming in. So I'm looking for our Americans to do real well, even though right now you would probably consider them dark horses.
And how about the Masters field? Obviously, we've got a pretty strong Masters field as well this year. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, the Masters field is really great. This athlete from Canada, Lisa Harvey, she's a Canadian Olympian. She just turned 40, so she's going to be a tough one to beat. But if anybody can beat her, Avakova, the Ukrainian, who was 2nd Masters here last year by about a foot, a stride, is going to be. Those 2 are really going to match up pretty well. And of course, we have Carmen Troncoso back, and we have Paula Wiltsey, who is the Canadian Masters and a past Canadian Masters champion and a past Masters champion here. Patty Murray, Trina Painter, they're all top masters. And of course, our favorite, and yours as well, is Joan Benoit Samuelson. She just turned 55, and she's running in the 55 to 59 age category, and she's trying to set a new American age group record in that category.
And Joni's doing something a little interesting this year too, right? She's going to run with her daughter, Abby.
That's right. Abby and Joni will be running a mother-daughter team, probably one of our top teams, because Abby's not a slouch on the roads either.
Now, what about for the rest of our runners? You've got some big changes afoot this year in terms of sort of technological advances here at Freihofer's. Talk about some of the things that runners this year can expect to see.
Yeah, I don't think I would call them that big, but they're certainly different. The runners over the past years, participants have been asking for a start mat, and we hadn't been able to comply with that because of our course configuration and the technology out there. With the championship system, it's only so wide, and we would have had to narrow our massive start down to get over those mats, and that would have caused a problem with the athletes coming back in. So until this new technology came out, where we can use the entire street now for the mat. We're able now, and we have and will have a start mat at this year's Freihofer's race.
And what does that mean for the average runner on the street?
Well, it means they're going to get their net time. So the time that they cross that start line will be the time that shows up in the papers and in the results.
So no more clicking on their stopwatches anymore.
That's right. They don't have to start their watch when they cross the start line. The chip technology does it all for them. And speaking of that, the chip technology is now built right into the bib number. So and it reads up to shoulder level. So that's another thing. And they're disposable, so that we don't have to. The athlete doesn't have to worry about their chip. All they have to do is put on their bib, and they're good to go.
And then out in the course, people are going to get a little bit of motivation out in the course.
Well, we hope so. We're kind of playing on the theme of the rock and roll marathons around the country, and we've added music to the course. So we've got bands that, when you enter the park and when you come up from Washington and Henry Johnson and re-enter the park. And it's going to be fun. I think it'll be interesting and motivational
and of course, here's the big
certainly toe tapping.
And the big question that's on everybody's mind, I guess, sort of how's the field looking? We're a couple of weeks out right now from the race.
Field's looking good. We're running about 5% ahead of where we were last year at this time. So I'm going to predict we're going to be somewhere around 4250, 4300.
Well, that would be a new
finishers.
course record for us.
Yes. The most we've had to date has been 4,029, which we did last year.
Well, I know we're all looking forward to the 32nd annual Freihofer's Run for Women. George, thanks for coming in, and we'll touch base in a few days and see how things are going.
My pleasure, Ed. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.